Analysis Pacific Bloc, United, needs climate action as China, U.S. Wu Suva Pacific Island nations, courted through China and the U.S., placed the superpowers on observe, telling the arena's two largest carbon emitters to take greater motion on climate change even as pledging harmony inside the face of a growing geopolitical contest. Leaders at a four-day summit of the Pacific Islands Forum, meeting in Fiji capital Suva, bristled at a Chinese try and break up a number of the nations off into an exchange and protection agreement, whilst Washington pledged extra financial and diplomatic engagement. The exceptional financial zones of the 17 discussion board participants span 30 million square km, 10 million rectangular miles of ocean, offering one-half the arena's tuna, the most eaten fish. The nations also are feeling a number of the severest results of climate exchange as rising seas inundate lower-lying areas. At the summit that ended on Thursday, leaders adopted language several individuals have utilized in maintaining a weather emergency, pronouncing this changed into supported not only by technology however by using humans' everyday lives inside the Pacific. A verbal exchange, yet to be released, suggests the international locations focused on the subsequent United Nations Weather Convention, COP27. They will push for a doubling of weather finance to float from massive emitters to developing nations within years, money they say is needed to conform to rising sea levels and aggravating storms. The conversation, visible via, also calls for significant progress at COP27 on financing for the loss and damage to incline societies that cannot adapt and will want to relocate groups, a battle lost at closing year's worldwide weather talks. What matters most to us is we secure bold commitments from all international locations at COP27 to segment out coal and other fossil fuels and step up finance to the maximum inclined countries and advance causes like loss and damage that be counted dearly to the maximum at-risk island groups, Fiji President Frank Bainimarama informed journalists. We really cannot accept any, much less than the survival of every Pacific island stated Bainimarama, the forum's chairman. Tuvalu's Foreign Minister Simon Kofe, who literally made waves on the last global climate convention by using status knee-deep in seawater to reveal what his U.S. faces, informed, there is technology available to protect the islands and lift the islands, and that's what we are looking for. It may be very pricey. As the Pacific Summit become ending, Australian coal mining shares soared on expectancies China should resume imports after a two-year political dispute halted coal shipments to the sector's largest coal burner from its second biggest exporter. In evaluation to the marketplace's bullishness, leaders within the forum's thatched roof headquarters mentioned a way to cope with the statehood of humans whose kingdom has sunk in growing seas, or rights to fishing grounds defined by means of their distance from a landmass that may disappear. Splintering regionalism, the conversation cites an urgent want for help on debt vulnerability and the growing fee of food amid the pandemic and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In a video cope with to the discussion board, U.S.